Good morning, traders. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling a little chip on my shoulder and just like the heat, I'm ready to show everybody up. Let's get it, baby. It's live trading action. What you got? Show your skills. Who's ready to get after it? It's market time, baby. Let's go.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. I mean, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
All right, team, ready to get after it. And of course, ready to take a look into the markets. We got Ryan Faluno. We got Zunaid in the house. You guys know the boys are here, ready to get after this market. And first of all, how was the weekend, guys? Did you guys enjoy it? What you guys do?
I enjoyed the weekend. I know. Sorry, Ryan. I typically you update first. I was eager. I was eager. My apologies.
Tell us about it, Zunaid.
My apologies for intruding the matrix, as some would say. No, it was nice, man. As you guys know, I finally got my car, so it was interesting. It was fun to go drive it around, but I'm paranoid. I'm gonna scratch it. I'm gonna get into a wreck, so I'm working through the anxiety of that. But a fun weekend driving around and not worrying if my car is gonna break down. So that's always a plus. Had that car for 9 years.
I didn't find the sound button, but I'll do it for you. And a new car!
Thank you. Yes. Exciting. Exciting times for sure.
There you go, man. When I got my new car, I drove around. I looked for excuses to drive around. You want to go out to the Oasis for a slice of pizza? Yeah, sure. I'll go out there. Keep that thing clean.
You guys want to go to McDonald's?
Professional detail.
I went to McDonald's last night at 11:30. I was watching
a movie
with a friend, and she was like, "You know what? You want McDonald's?" And I'm like, "You are cheap. I am in. Let's do it."
Yeah, let's do it.
Wow. Do I hear wedding bells, Zunaid? Okay, just kidding. My weekend was good. Mitch. Played golf on Saturday, so that was amazing. Really relaxed yesterday. Really enjoyed the basketball game. Heat making it a series here by getting one in Denver. Should be a lot of fun. We got a Stanley Cup tonight, so looking forward to it.
I'm looking for the Panthers to come back in that, but let's get to the stock action. Of course, let's talk about what's going on, and I do want to let you guys know. First time Mitch has a swing trade in the Moo account, baby. And I'm still holding it, baby. I'm looking to try to get out maybe potentially today. So I do got MP from Friday. I got that at 22.19s, right? Oh, no, I got it at 21.65 right now. The quality that I have, right? And so one thing that to think about now, it's at 22.16. It got up in the pre-market to 22.50, but there was really no volume selling up there. I was even trying to sell up there. I was throwing myself on the offer in the pre-market, but was not able to get hit. And I still got an order out right now in the 30s, but I'm going to cancel this towards the open here because I don't know what's going to show up. So definitely going to focus here to try to get out at the open. If I could get a little pop, I'll take it. If it drops down below 22s, I'm definitely going to take the profits and just run with it. But it's been a good win. And it's a swing trade, hasn't hit my day trades. I've been trying to do this a little bit more, but the only question is, right, when will the stocks let us do this? And not a bad one there for MP Materials. And of course, on the small account challenge, continuing to move forward at 577 right now, up about 17%, baby. S&P 500 at 5.5%. While I'm pushing a little bit further and trying to keep going in the Moo account. So let's see what we can do today and keep pushing. All right, going to kick it to Ryan to take a look at the S&P 500. What are you seeing, my friend?
All right, well, we're continuing our breakout, right? So really the question is this a blow off top or do we keep breaking out? So far, so good. SPY's breaking out here. Market is actually up a little bit, near flat, but up a little bit here in the pre-market. So we'll see where we end up going. Right now, I think at this point, one of the things that I want to see is, do we continue along this trend line? Let me try and extend it for us here so it will be in play for the next couple of days. Do we stop at this trend line if we continue to move up? Do we actually regress to the mean? Do we trade back to this sideways area? All of those things I'm going to be taking a look at here today. Of course, my thought on the SPY is that we were going to go lower and we haven't. So now I'm just waiting for the market to tell me what the next direction is. So far, we seem to be breaking up or we're breaking out, excuse me. I'm not positioned for this, so it's going to be time for me to either look for positioning for this or wait for a potential reversal. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. As far as the small account goes, let's go ahead and talk about that here real quick. So no change from last week. I've really kind of dialed it back here. We are under the balance. We did get off the schneid, so the last trade was actually a gain. I've got all 3 day trades, so I'm looking for something here today for sure, but definitely want to be tactical about it and be very, very careful. If I found something that I could actually hold on and swing, I'd rather do that. I would just go in a little bit less size, but not making a complete disaster of this account yet. Thankfully, we'll see if that changes. Definitely trying to find something here to boost these gains in here. We started out strong. We've really kind of pulled back. So that's where we're at with the small account. If we take a look at the regular session here, hang on a sec. If we take a look at the movers tool here, let's prepare for what we're looking at today. First one's going to be FRZA. Now, what's going on in FRZA? We got a tweet last Friday after the market closed. The company stated, get ready for something extraordinary. Stay tuned. That tweet is here in the Benzinga newsfeed. So this is basically what we're getting, a little bit of a tease here. We'll see if that actually materializes today. Sure looks like the market is reacting to it. We're up 140% on nothing, at least that we know yet. So just want to be careful with this one. Given what's going on, I expect some type of news drop today. So just keep this on your watch list. If it meets a technical trade and we get some type of catalyst that drives it, giddy up. Definitely found some pre-market support here at 286. Resistance is 320. We've kind of already double topped there. So we'll see where we end up on Forza FRZA. Next one here is Timber. This is TMBR. This is Timber Pharmaceuticals. We popped as high as 328. We're right back around the VWAP. We do have a catalyst here. Timber shares are trading higher following a positive decision from the FDA on its TMB 001 treatment. So we got good FDA news. Timber popping here. This should be pretty good. We'll take a look at this out of the gate as well. Next is going to be CJET. We did now on the CJET, we popped as high as 689. We've come back. We're below the VWAP here. This, I believe, was a recent IPO. I don't really think that there's any news here. Sure looks like a recent IPO here, ShiJet Motors Company. So ShiJet, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Let's see. Is this I don't even have a company description here. So looks like a recent IPO. We'll watch this one. I'm generally really, really careful with these. I have a very, very short leash if I play them at all. Next here is going to be EVAX. Now, EVAX, we were as high as 242. Looks like we were actually trying to get back up to that 242. Really struggled, and now we're taking the next leg lower. So we really want this to set up prior to taking a trade. Evaxion shares are trading higher if the company said its melanoma trial met its primary endpoints. So some pretty good news there. We'll see if this can actually get going here today. BVXV, this is another one on the list here. This is BioNTech Pharmaceuticals. We double topped in the pre-market at 266. By BioNTech Pharmaceuticals shares are trading higher after the company signed a worldwide licensing agreement to develop an antibody for treatment in autoimmune inflammatory disease. So getting a nice PR there. Found some support here at 211. VWAP currently at 235. We get a nice little volume pop. Maybe we can close the gap to that VWAP and get a trade that way. Next is going to be Dawn. This is Day One Pharmaceuticals. This was higher, but is really, really breaking down. Really want to see if this finds a bottom. Really, until then, I don't have any charting on this. You have a catalyst here. Shares are trading higher if the company reported new data for its treatment of relapsed or progressive pediatric low-grade glioma. I'm not even sure what that is. So anyway, we want the Dawn to set up here, but just keep an eye on this. This was popping here today. And then MNV. We did pop as high as 280. We've come back down. It looks like we're trying to retake the VWAP, but we'll see if we end up doing that. I don't have any new PR from today. So, Zane, what do you got for us, my man?
All right. Yeah. Taking a look at FRZA. Thank you. I appreciate your help there. Taking a look at FRZA 320, right? So that's where we've got resistance in the pre-market, and I'm going to have my support and buy level here at approximately 280, 284 is where kind of like that VWAP area is. Matter of fact, why do I even have it at 284? Let's go see if we can save some money and go down to 281. And then we'll move our stop loss a little bit lower, give it a little bit more room. There we go. So looking to buy at 281 if we want to go ahead and test that level of previous resistance in the after hours when that news did come out. So that's what we've got on FRZA, where I'll actually go ahead and add that to our list as well. I did get a chance while I was watching the game to kind of trade some oil. Got it from, so you can kind of see where we had this area's resistance. I had purchased it right near it, but I sold it around 72, 74s or so. And then when I woke up today, I saw that it went all the way to VWAP and so on and so forth. We'll keep an eye on it. If it does go ahead and kind of come around this area of approximately 72.90s, but if it kind of comes down at the time of about 925, 930 or so, which obviously, no, it's not going to. It's just well past that. So that's a little booger on me. But basically, I was trying to purchase it if both of these trend lines were kind of met. But nonetheless, if it does try to hit one of these trend lines, I would go ahead and try to purchase it if we possibly can. But keeping an eye on oil. I like the way that oil kind of trades. And by the way, for the folks that are new or just joining us, this is the micro crude oil futures July ticker /MCL. So this is the micro, which is a little bit less expensive to go ahead and trade. Obviously, if you're new to this, which I am new to futures. But anyway, coming back to the SPY here, nothing necessarily that I really like. Maybe the 427, but honestly, there's nothing here that I would want to trade with confidence. I'm going to let that one go. D-Dog waiting for $100 once again. We went ahead and set an alert there. We had a nice chance to play this off of the 100 a few times, but we went ahead and set an alert on that. Meta, let's see how Meta reacts around this 269 area. You can see, bless you, I think, maybe, I don't know. You had resistance here. Let's see how it kind of behaves if it wants to crack this 269 area. But on Tesla, definitely have an area of 218. If we can go ahead and break 218 to the upside, that could be interesting for us. Carvana, looks like everyone and their mama are looking to trade Carvana on FinTwit. So keep an eye on this one, especially if we can go ahead and reclaim or break up above 17. It could definitely get interesting for sure. I think I had some levels drawn on the daily. Maybe I'm wrong though. Yeah, I think I might be wrong. But I think 20 is where I had seen a little bit. Oh, there it is. Interesting. On $20, right? So you can see support, crack, resistance. This is the daily, by the way. Resistance. So if we do get over 17, I think we can go ahead and touch 20 and then out my legs asleep. And then I think at $20 is where you go ahead and scale out and then, see how you want to go ahead and trade it from there. But that's what we've got on Carvana. Let's go ahead and go back to the 15-minute to see if we can get a better entry of some sorts. 1450 obviously is holding on as support. So I would say around $14. Maybe you can get a dip. By matter of fact, that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and set an alert here because if it comes down to about $14 or so, I'd be interested in trying to play this one. And if it goes to let's say 1350 or below, I'd go ahead and get myself out of there. I don't know if I'll trade options on this one or equity. We'll see when the time comes itself. When my Moomoo account is absolutely hot garbage. Not because of anyone else, because of me and my trading. Let me make that very clear. So we'll see. I do have I think it's 104 calls. Yeah, I think I have 104 calls that expire this week or so. So we really need this one to make a move. We're not sure if it will or not, but if this one goes ahead and cracks to let's say 99.50s, I might have to go ahead and just get out of this one. Thank you for bringing that up. AAPL. And man, my leg is asleep and it does not feel good. You've got that conference that's happening at, I think, 10 Pacific, which is 1 o'clock Eastern market time. So keep an eye on Apple. If they're debuting VR stuff, I would assume that Meta is going to go ahead and take a hit, right? So if Meta goes ahead and pops up in advance of the conference, I think I'd be interested in some lotto type puts, simply because typically from my experience, and I don't have data to back it up, I'm talking about the eye test. Whenever Apple does their events, the stock doesn't necessarily react positive majority of the times. It's usually negative, and if you get lucky, it could be flatline. Depending on how things go, Meta could go ahead and take a hit with the VR stuff. Obviously, they went ahead and introduced theirs recently as well, ahead of Apple, but this could get interesting, and also maybe some other, I don't know the tickers, but any other AI related names could be interesting as well, especially if they somehow are related to Apple or anything else that might be happening. I think that could be interesting. Let me see if there's any other tickers here. Boeing, you've got 212.50 held as resistance last time. Excuse me, was resistance last time. We can see if it holds on as support or not. UCAR, this one had a fun time bouncing from $10, but then once it eventually crashed, you got 887 that held on as support. So if you're still looking to trade this one, which it looks like it did have some pre-market activity, keep an eye on 887 for your best dip buy, if you will. If it obviously breaks below that, I think you can go ahead and exit the trade itself. Let's see how close we are to FRZA. And this is not going to fill until we are opening the market, by the way. This is not a day plus type trade. It's a day trade. And I think it'll show you that too if I go ahead and click on this button. Where is it? Okay, maybe it won't show you that. But yeah, it's not a pre-market trade. Netflix coming up it's now at $400, so we can see how this behaves. If it does go ahead, and if you're looking for a dip buy below 400, I think 396 could be a good one. Let me remove Ryan just in case. Nope, he's right back. Okay, we're good. 396 could be a solid area for a dip buy here on Netflix, so keep an eye on that one. You can see resistance held on as support. Now, how does it behave if it does go ahead and come back and test it one more time? Let's see if Google is something that... Oh, and we'll take a look at NVIDIA as well. NVIDIA went all the way up to 405s and then came right back down. The 400s didn't even get a proper retest. It just came crashing down, and I'm not quite sure how I'd even try to play this one anymore. So I'd leave it be. Obviously, if you wanted to, the quickest thing I can tell you is the pre-market lows, right? So if we break pre-market lows, which you can see kind of held on as support there, still holding on as support. So if we crack the pre-market lows, that could be one way to go ahead and play it. FRZA VWAP bounce. Let's see. Where's my VWAP? I'm going to call it a bounce just yet, but it's definitely holding VWAP. That's for sure. I appreciate the insight, Wiz, for letting us pay attention to that. Let's go ahead and check out Google since someone's mentioned it in the chat. Let's see if I have anything here on Google. Obviously, a slight uptrend, but just kind of consolidating between these $7 at the moment. Let's go ahead and go to the 30-minute. About 126.70, 127s or so. If we can go ahead and get a crack above that, we could have a little bit of movement to the upside. But besides that, not necessarily anything that I like. Let's see if we can go ahead and get a clean trend line drawn here. It's not the cleanest because you can also go from here to there. So and that's the bells. So good luck to everybody. Let me go ahead and mute my charts. There we go. We're good on that. FRZA, I think, is the closest thing that we might have to getting filled. And look at that, Wiz. You called the future is what you did, as it did go ahead and get a bit of a bounce of about 10 cents or so.
Boom, baby. Let's go. Best trade in the Moo account yet. Let's get it, baby. Getting it started. Swing trade. See those 30 show up there on the offer. Bang out those 30. Let's go. 1675. Let's get it. Just got out of that MP. Nice little pop there. Could have looked for more, but honestly, that's a really nice win there on the account. So I'll take it. Swing trade on. Closed it right here towards the open. Let's do it. MP, baby. Up there now towards what we got here. 581. Not doing too bad. Battling, baby. Let's get it.
Well done. Nice trade on that.
Timber halted right out of the gate.
Timber.
BVXB running up.
All right, now time to focus and bounce back in the prop account, baby. Time to focus, guys. All right, let's see what we can do today. One that I might cut right now is IWM. It is pulling back, but I could add to this position. But the only thing is I kind of played it on kind of a high of the day jump on Friday. So I'm looking to see if it cracks 180.50 today. This is a swing that I have for start swing trade. I have IWM, SQ, ARKK, Norwegian, Intel, LAZR, and Mara. Mara is down a little bit more than I expected today, but I'm going to see if it can hold on to 960.
I just got a text that said, "Hi, Shirley. I received your wine. Thank you." I've never in my life been called Shirley, so I'm not sure who they meant to text, but this will be a fun thing to respond to later on.
Yeah, that sounds like a mistake text.
Yeah.
You're not Shirley, bro?
Be like, "Hey, you're welcome. Please send it back." You know, drink wine, but whatever.
You're welcome. What'd you get me?
Right? Tesla to the upside is what we've got right now. $2
Nice
move.
push.
$2 move. 218 was a resistance that we talked about, and it said, yeah, no resistance for me. I'm out here. Nice little beautiful pop on Tesla right out the gates.
Forza's all over the place. BVXB pulling back a little bit here. That's trying to blast off through 225 as well. Forza looking like it's trying to break 320 is the spot on Forza if it can break it.
Yep, 320s pre-market highs. We've got that labeled out here.
We've just seen a little bit of a spike there that could get really kind of hit really quickly. So just be careful with some bull traps today. I feel like today could be that type of day.
Yeah, me too, Mitch. I'm actually worried about the market kind of pulling back. That's one of the things I said in my open there.
So right now I'm looking at like a success here, potentially for a day trade action in the prop account.
There's the pop on Apple. I'm going to see if I can...
I like this here.
Market did come out the gates, though. Just going to see if I can take a quick short here. Stop loss will be above 183.50s for me. Call it 183.55. We are very excited about this event, aren't we?
All right, order out there to try to get into success here at the 92.
BVXV going now through 225 here. Took a little at 223 in the main account. We'll see if this can continue to push or if it just knifes back. Knife right back to the buy, and now I'm red. Lol, going redder. We'll see if BVXV can go here. Stop's going to be about 208.
Trying to get in here on success here, but no pullback to get in yet.
We almost had our gains.
Canceling.
Stopped out on BVXV. That was a massive knife on that attempt through 325 or 225. So took a small loss there. That's what I get for playing too early. It'll probably bounce right here.
What are you guys seeing out there?
I'm looking at BVXV. Oh, you're looking at asking the chat. Actually, what is the chat trading?
That's what I'm wondering. Success is just weird for me right now. I don't know why it's doing this action. I canceled my order there. See, like, I'm getting weird readings here. It might just be my data, and so I got to be careful. Getting different readings for success.
Apple, strong move to the upside. We were so close to taking our gains, like 6 cents away, but nonetheless, we do go ahead and get stopped out for an L.
Why do I have different quote readings? That's confusing.
Is it your broker that this is happening on?
So TC's having a little issue today, I think, because my brokerage has it. Like I have two of them reading at like 1201s right now for success, and I have one of them like reading the bid and the offer like stuck at 96. So I'm having some issues with my TC charts today. So
BVXV looking like it's trying to break down some more. We'll see if it ends up bouncing here. Feels heavy though. Forza, I don't really see anything happening. Guy, let me know if you folks see that tweet or some other type of news on Forza. We'll see if Forza ends up breaking out. A little bit of size at 304 on Forza.
Let's take a look at the sectors. Energy getting a nice little lift here and now starting to pull back. Utilities pushing strong. Healthcare pushing strong. Even cyclicals just right off the kind of the support here. Let's see if it gets a little bit of an uplift, but making a strong day today. What's in the red? Basic materials, financial services, and industrials. So energy, utilities, and healthcare leading right now. Healthcare plans have been strong as of late, so I'm looking to see what happens with those today. Do they pull back or take another step forward?
FRZA back above 3.
Are you in that yet, Zunaid?
No, dude, look at that. My fill was supposed to be 281. It went all the way to 283. Sad life. Sad life.
Recreational vehicles. Okay.
Missed it by 2 cents. We'll go ahead and cancel this trade now.
BVXV looks like it's trying to go here.
SPY pulling back, almost 945. I'm just keeping it patient for right now. Feel like stocks have made a too big of a move lately, so I'm trying to.
Yeah, I felt like that for a while.
Strong stocks today in the S&P 500: Dish, Moderna, CF, BBWI, EL getting a little bit of a bounce. So stocks have been beaten down, getting a nice little push here. Nvidia looking good. We'll see if those can continue pushing.
Forza looking like it might drop under 3 here. Still no position in Forza. I don't trust that. And I think actually after taking a small loss, maybe I kind of want to back this down a little bit. I don't want to miss the move though. Ryan, check out TT for a Moo trade. TTOO. Yeah, it's small price, but I just don't trust these pennies. It's a good spot though, because it would work pretty well for that account.
Can't blame you.
Yeah, the thing is like some of these smaller, crummier names, I feel like because I'm limited on day trades, I'm not holding them the way that I should, or I'm getting out of them maybe a little too quickly and burning the day trade a little early.
That happens.
Yeah. When you can't rebuy it, that's definitely something to look out for.
Yeah, I'd like to take it easy. Also, the opening action has been really kind of trappy a lot of the times.
Yep.
Old traps, bear traps. So with that being
SCV
said,
rocketing.
I'm waiting.
There's another penny stock. This thing's almost a double on SCV.
Yep. A lot on the weight right now.
EVAX, no bottom yet.
At a Celsius this weekend, I don't know if that's a catalyst. That's one that I didn't believe the hype early on, but man.
Celsius, you mean?
Yeah, I didn't believe it early on. You know why, right? I mean, I had insights, like real insights, like industry insights. Remember, I was running 7-Elevens when this company actually first started, and they were not selling nowhere near a Monster, a Bang, or even like the Pepsi one. What's the other one? Not Bang. And Junaid doesn't drink energy drinks, so he doesn't know. But Ryan doesn't drink them too much either. But yeah, put it this way. They were selling nowhere near the amount that they're selling nowadays. Now they're completely destroying it. And one of the big moves, right, was getting picked up by, I think it's Pepsi or Coke. I forgot which one it was. But once you get picked up by those two companies, what happens is you're in the system for so many companies just to order from you that it just starts helping them. That's what happened to Monster. That's why they started getting that big lift too. And then Monster almost got out of that. And then they started getting a lift because they're kind of more profitable now. And that's how they're viewed. But Monster's been pushing.
By the way, real quick, Ryan asking about BA. What's the news on BA? All I see is the Nippon Airways. Yeah, I didn't see any new news on that either. Japan's all Nippon Airways CEO says he wants to have more than 100 Boeing 787 planes. Jeffries remaining a buy. I think it's just moving down with the general market. I don't think there's any news counting for this move here today, my man.
Yeah, I couldn't see anything there either.
A firm giving me an alert. Firm. Man, that's a nice push. That stock is strong right now. I'm going to look for pullbacks, but I haven't got one yet. Nice little move today to start off. Also, CXAI giving me a little bit of an alert. Ooh, that looks good. Let me see if I can get a little pullback on that. I like that for today. I just need a little pullback here. 1025s to 1015s. Let's see if I can get it. What you want? Stocks S going higher a little bit. We could see the market drop a little bit with that move. I've been waiting to see what happens with that, but I'm trying to stay to the sideline right now. CXAI, I kind of like though. Let's see if they got this added. Nah, they still don't got it in the prop account, so I can't trade it there. Got to trade it maybe in the Moo.
A lot of wicked movement in Carvana.
That thing was moving around on Friday.
Ooh, what is this?
Yeah, tons of shorted stock there.
All right, let me
Carvana.
go to my multiple charts. You guys can let me know some of the stocks you guys are watching. I can always add some to the watch list too out there, team. If you guys are looking at something, let me know. I'll show you guys it. So CXAI, I'm looking for a little pullback here, but not getting it. The spread is widening up. If I can get maybe 1020s, 1015s, it doesn't look too bad. But StockXL trying to push back towards the upside. NVIDIA pushing strong. And I'm going to put Tesla on the bottom left here. Tesla's been a really strong stocks. And I'll also put the Qs on the top right. I want to keep an eye on the Qs and the SPY today. Qs still staying strong as of for right now.
I'm going to take a shot at MS. That's going to be a quick trade. MS, Morgan Stanley purchased 150 shares at approximately $84.58. You had $86 calls coming in on the ask expiring this week, approximately $100,000 worth or so. So I'm going to take a quick crack at it, see if we can get to the $85 level and go ahead and get out of this one.
Boom, boom. I see you, man. I see you. Stock staying strong.
CJET going higher here. I see a couple of you trading CJET, or at least talking about it. Forza continuing its move down here.
Man, I got to restart TC.
Let me actually see if Boeing wants to go.
I'm going to call TC today, too. Be like, give me my money back.
Did you have it recorded? Zunaid, how did that go for you last week?
I haven't called them. Just been,
Oh,
yeah, I probably should. Honestly, I even forgot the date in the issue.
so that's not going to work then.
No.
Yeah, I'll show you guys what I mean by I'm having some data problems. And I think it's an important thing to kind of show, right? Like, so like you see here, so I have like this light blue line that should be sticking to the bid in the ask here on TC, and it's not moving. So the price is showing price movement, but that little kind of ask and bid is not showing up. And that just scares me a little bit. So that's, at least this is not where I put my executions through, but this is my number one charting service. So that right there, not what I want to see. And now I have it on video. Send that to
Is the level 2 okay?
I'll send them Zunaid too.
There you go.
Is the level 2 okay on your TC?
No, there's something wrong with it because you can see the bid and the offer are off.
Yeah, so that's something to consider with data feeds. And I wonder if any other brokers out there are having the same thing. I'm not noticing it on TD Ameritrade, and the loss that I took earlier had nothing to do with improper quotes. It was just a pullback in the stock. Everything, the executions looked okay, so it looked like it was okay. But by the way, BVXV here pulling back now again, knifing again. This below where I got stopped out, so it looks like this is trying to go lower here. Timber moving lower. Forza still kind of breaking down. It's trying to hang in there. Really, I think we're going to need that news for the next move here. But here, let's check BVXV. Here you go. You can see this is breaking down here. So this one wasn't going to work. Marie saying, had to reboot my Fidelity Trader Pro. Marie, after you rebooted it, is it working? That would be good to know.
I think
Michael saying Thinkorswim is having issues now. I didn't notice it in my trade.
Really?
That's giving me a little trepidation to take more trades here. See if we can figure this out. Marie said, after you rebooted, you were fine. I'm going to do that here. I'm actually going to close my TD Ameritrade and reopen it and see if I have any trouble. I'll let you guys know what's going on.
Sounds good.
That's just how it is, right? We always got to be looking at that. And one thing to always do is protect yourself versus trying to risk at moments where we don't feel we have our tools underneath us. This is where I think it's always important. Like, what do you consider valuable to you as a trader? What's a part of your system? Try to make sure that you're keeping those kind of tools in play and not making mistakes in that end, right? Right now, I see growth stocks starting to get a little stronger. ARKK right at the VWAP. I'm not going to take that trade. I still have the swing trade on there. I'm just watching it to see what happens here with the market. SPY is just kind of like playing around here. The Qs are stronger, so tech definitely getting a nice little lift today. Tech is actually in the red overall. And I don't even know if that's just my readings. It could be my readings are off. So let me use, of course, Moomoo to see the Explore tab and tell me what is moving out there in the markets. So you can see here, solid state battery getting some lift today. QuantumScape, Microvast getting a little lift today. Elon Musk concept. I like this one. PayPal on there, Etsy, Agora, GameStop getting a lift today. WeWork up a decent amount. Man, WeWork is probably cheap as hell.
WeWork is like 20 cents though.
Yeah, I know
cents.
that one. It's up 25% though. That's the truth.
Yep, yeah, it is.
You got Forza, of course, that one in the 280s now. So I'm looking around to see what else stands out to me. Not much there after that. Electric vehicles, that's having a decent day. Tesla, of course, we saw that move. Faraday even moving. Sonos Group. The hell is Sonos Group? This thing's moving. This thing's moving fast. What is this? SEV. This is a penny play.
Yeah, that's that penny stock. New highs after a pullback to VWAP here. SEV really going for all you penny players.
Oh, yeah, that's on the penny life, man. Resistance looks like a daily resistance coming next is 41 cents. We'll see if that comes into play. Stock that's coming right back towards 12 here. Are we finally going to start seeing the Qs coming back down here? That's the only question. I feel like it's too early to try to jump in there right now. I'd be calling a turn when there isn't a turn. I'm still looking to see if we're going to turn today, but one of those days where we just don't see it right now. Just got to stay with the action. All right, now we're starting to get a little bit of some pullback. Now the Qs are starting to pull back a little bit. SPY starting to pull back. Elf can't be stopped, says somebody. Saw that one. Yeah, that one's still pretty strong there.
Is Elf above 100 still? Yeah, 105. Man, what a monster, Elf Beauty.
Yeah, what a monster for sure.
CJET open now, higher out of the halt. See if this can keep pushing or if this drops off. This is a recent IPO. This is a little too risky for me. I'm going to probably pass on CJET here.
All right, let me see if I can get a pullback towards like 1195s, 1196 here on Success. I don't mind taking a little shot there now that I see the SPY starting to come down.
Boeing cracking the 210s. What the? Did I just? It's weird.
XOFR highs. We traded that recently off the scanner. BVXV continuing to break down here. Your first stop is your best stop. Forza also continuing to leak here, so we'll see if that ends up turning around. Moomoo looks like it's doing good so far. I haven't noticed anything wrong in the Moomoo account, both with quoting, level 2, or any of that. Now, I haven't executed any trades, so best to keep that in mind here. But doesn't look like it's doing poorly today.
I got a really nice fill on the offer. So
okay,
that'll tell you something, right? Right, and so I'm not mad about that. Remember my MP close? That was pretty good. It was on the offer, and the spread was about like 10 or 15 cents. So I'll take it. You know what I mean?
So it looks like Moomoo working for you here today. Not really having a problem. Okay, so it might just be select brokers, but be careful nonetheless. Shout out Moomoo
there. Yeah. Snappy fill there, guys. And like always, you guys can check it out. And there's some new promotions going on right now. So I do want to kind of let you guys know. So the new promotions for June is get 5 free stocks plus 100 in cash reward, plus 1 free share of C3 AI for new users that deposit at least 100. So you're getting 6 free shares and 100 in cash. And if you deposit up to 1,000, you're getting 15 free shares, 100 in cash. And then if you get up to then if you deposit 5,000, this is the really nice one. You're getting 16 free shares.
Wow.
You're getting even a free share of Tesla and Google. Not too bad there. So check it out, guys. And we got a new link here for you guys. So check out, of course, our landing page on Moomoo to learn a little bit more about what they have to offer.
Keith, or is that I don't know how to pronounce your name. Kyle. Kyle saying Webull has 0 issues, multiple scalps without issues here today. Okay, so that seems to be good.
Looks like StockS moving higher there now towards 12.14, and definitely having some data problems here on TC to the point that you guys, when have you ever heard me say this? I am closing my TC charting.
You know what I'm noticing now?
What?
So I just brought up SOXS and it's not moving at all in TD. I don't see anything refreshing. Here's the thing.
Like I'm having issues.
Anything on the Nice seems to be having trouble, right? So SOXS is an NYSE stock that's not moving. But if I go back to like BVXV, for example, which we've been watching this morning, that's on the NASDAQ and that's still moving around. I'm getting quoting fine on that. Same with Forza, which is on NASDAQ. So it looks like this is only NYSE stocks, at least on my end so far.
Yeah, you've also got Boeing. If you take a look at my
what's Boeing
charts here, so on
Boeing's
the top left,
too, yeah.
On the top left, you'll see the bid and the ask at 210.35, 210.44. But if you go and look at the actual price action, it's at 209.75. So, and that's
I'm seeing the same thing now. Yeah. So okay, so just be careful out there. Be careful with what you trade. Definitely check. It looks like we're having a trouble with Nice stocks today.
And pull back in the overall market. Q's coming down fast. Tesla coming down fast. I'm going to look for one more test to Tesla to try to break towards the upside, and then I'll try to flush. I might actually short Tesla today, so I just got to be careful. We'll see what happens.
A lot of fills happening that I'm not familiar with, but okay, cool. Never mind. Yes, this one I am. Apple got filled at 183.01. Stop loss is going to be, we'll slightly have that below. There you go. We'll see if we're able to get the back. Yeah, everything is just kind of coming down on that. Well, let's see what the market's doing. The SPY itself is not moving. So let's go ahead and see what Twitter has to say, because I know people are complaining there.
SPY is also NYSE. Yeah, let's check the Twitter streets and see what we can see about this. I don't see anything yet.
Someone said, SPY, are you okay? That's funny.
Yeah, now I am. SPY bugged out.
SPY stuck at 428.
Putting in some order to get short here. Some Tesla at 219.33s for the prop account. I'm going to try to get short on a little bit of a pop here. Hopefully a wicks comes to the VWAP and then comes right back down. Starting to get a little bit of a starter, and then I'll try to add to the position.
I'm going to close my Apple Trader break even. Someone said breaking news, SPY halted. That's hilarious. I love that.
Yeah, that's not true, though.
It's just a humor behind it.
It's just the data out there, team. Just be careful out there. Seeing my number just got tapped and then no fill, dude. That's a little bit. Oh, it went to 32. That's lovely. I canceled it for now. I'm going to look to see if it can go right back above that and then hit it. There's it is above. Got a little starter there. Starter short here at 219.33s.
Airbnb looking to make a move here.
Going to be patient here.
What we've got. Oh, what the?
Yeah, I don't have any SPY prints for the last 5 minutes. Maybe it is actually halted.
Yeah, I meant that they halted it.
No, look at Moomoo. Look at Moomoo here. So at least Moomoo's moving. I don't know.
Okay.
Moomoo's a lot better than everywhere else, team.
Yeah, wild.
Look at this. Look at it, guys. I mean, look.
Yeah.
Look at the action on the right.
SPY's moving again on my TD here.
I'll show you guys also, which is more important. Look at the orders going through here, right there.
Yeah, that's your tape. Okay.
I'm putting the tape so you guys can see the tape as it goes through. I'm adding here I'm trying to add towards the short on Tesla. It's already deep into the green. I'm just trying to add to it now. Trying to work
Spy.
this.
Spy's back open on TradingView as well.
Who needs quotes anyway? Oh, this is a fun Monday morning, folks.
This is how we do it.
All right, orders are out to try to get filled on the ads for Tesla short. We'll see what happens. Just got another fill. Now I got about 20 shares. Got one more order out there to try to get filled a little bit more at 219.33s. Average right now for me in the prop is 219.17s. At least orders are going through there. You guys see it on the SPY at least. I don't know if you guys are still seeing that kind of action, but
Yeah,
let me
the
know if
SPY's
you guys
cool.
see it, right? I'll move it back to it, but
It's just really funny because you've got SPY that looks like this on the 1 minute. So a lot of shenanigans happening there. Again, don't know if orders actually got filled like that or not, but boy, if you're a VWAP trader, you're having a ball with that one. But no, things looking fine. Apple back above 183s.
all right, just got my third fill there in Tesla, now towards 219.22s. So just got to be patient here. Really kind of using more of a 5-minute chart. It can come back to a VWAP resistance around, resistance at like 220.17, 220.50s. So that's the risk right now. Got to keep it tight here. And then once we start breaking back through 219s, I can add one more time. Trying to bounce back in the prop account today.
Let's see. There's Apple. Nice move. Maybe we should have held on to that trade. That's on me. As Apple. Nice little move above 183 after recaptured it. 50 cents to the upside now.
Market trying to bounce here a little bit after that fiasco.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
people probably thought it was like, oh, we've been
Yeah.
hacked type situation. And then it's like, nope, we're good.
Yeah, the only thing is, just do people just start staying on the sidelines, or do they just put money
See,
to work?
that's my issue, Mitch, is like I'm more hesitant to trade now because of this. You know, like the last thing that I would want is to buy and get trapped in something. Who knows if that's going to happen? I haven't seen any warning like official. I've just been seen other Twitters on other traders on Twitter talking about this. Easy for me to say.
Yeah, that's why I'm keeping it easy, trying to wait for a move to show a trend. We're attempting to break here in Tesla and get the 219 break. There it is. There's the 219 break. So I'll look for anything above 219s, or actually I'll just put the order out there at 219 to try to add a little bit more in this Tesla short, but it's already moving in my direction here towards 218.70s. I can show you guys that really quickly here. Show you guys that. This is on the prop. We'll see what happens here if Tesla goes lower. All right, let's see now 218.40s. Let's see if we can break the low of the day. If we can break 218s, that's where I really think we could start making a bigger move. Going to cancel my order to add that I have out there. See if it comes back towards 219.20s here, and then I could add a little bit. SPY is coming back pretty fast, so just be careful. Those shorts out there. I do see the SPY coming back.
SPY ripping back.
Yeah, ripping back. Let's just be honest. Look at that move. Wow, that was a fast move up here. Gotta be careful. Right now, I'm more in risk preservation mode for Tesla because you're seeing the market do that big step up. I'm just trying to focus here. That's what matters. Like you see, Mumu has some features that, let's say, like even this prop account has that I don't like. You know, there's certain things that I like, certain things that I don't. And I understand it's a prop account, right? But like, let's say like following bids and stuff like that. Like I like how Mumu has that set up on their trade. There's Nvidia. Will it bounce here at the 389 spot? It's like just wick through, tried to recover there. If you guys are longs, like the bulls out there looking for plays, that looks interesting to me. Tesla, interesting to me. Double or triple bottom around, actually triple bottom around 218.50s. But it's all how you see the market today, right?
You've got Netflix on a trend line break attempt for the past couple of days. If it can go ahead and close above 406, you get a nice little move possibly on that one.
All right, just added one more last time there for Tesla. Now have 40 shares. Now just got to keep towards the resistance right now through the 220s. Got to be careful for that type of move.
Forza might be
INTC
trying to
to
come
the-
back here.
Intel to the downside. It's lost almost 50 cents, 60 cents, which is a pretty hefty move for something like Intel this early on. Let's see what the news is on that.
Tesla trying to push here. It's approaching there. Now the 220s are getting hit. Now I just got to be watching to see if this is a 5-minute wick or just a rip. So I'm watching on the 5-minute here to see if we get through here and close above.
Uber big pop here. I don't trust that at all. That's nice stock too. Forza up 20 cents off the 250 bottom. Not in it. Have you guys been trading anything? Yeah, you guys are talking about Uber. Uber really going here. I didn't. Maybe it was a squawk that I missed or something. Have you guys been, anyone in the chat actually executed trades in the past 5 minutes? How was it? Whether a buy or a sell, close, open. If you've executed a trade in the last 5 minutes, let me know if it's worked well.
All right, guys, I will stop out through 2240s here. I already have it set there on the prop to get out if I need to. If it comes back down, we'll see what happens here. The battle's on at VWAP there for the SPY, and I am looking at that to see what happens.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. Weeble's working well. I did on Fidelity. No. Okay. So maybe we're past the worst of it. Thanks, guys. Or thanks, chat.
Yeah,
It's just
that's what it's all about.
It's just force a habit to say, guys. I'm not actually specifying males.
Yeah, you didn't write English, bro.
E-Trade's working, says Wally. Okay, awesome. Just spot. Okay, so it looks like everything's back now. Whatever. I mean, at least from the reports here. I'll let you know on the next execution I have.
Yeah, it had to have been some data issues from some kind of exchange for a little while there. Because we definitely all, yeah, we all saw a little bit of an issue. Might get stopped out of my position, but the key is always sticking to the risk and reward, right? That'd be like about a $50 loss. I'm okay with taking that. Just can't push it through that. I got to keep taking the risk around the $50, trying to make 300 on the gains, get the prop account right back up. Nice rejection from around the 220.36 level here. Now I want to see if the SPY and the Qs come down fast here. You can also take a look at SOXS.
You've got this trend line on Tesla. We'll see if it's able to crack above this or not. Expect it to kind of go to VWAP and then maybe even test the 218 if the market stays or market goes weak. Currently barely up above flat line.
SOXS not even pulling back to the VWAP there yet. Just trying to be patient here. 5 minutes look good there on the bullish outlook there for Tesla. The only question is, will it hold here or will it come right back down? Market seems to be wanting to hold a little bit near VWAP right now. Seems like we're holding in for a longer time frame bullish move here towards the upside on the 1 hour chart there for the SPY. So I'll go ahead and show you guys that. So this is the 1 hour chart. You can see here on the close up, I'm going to bring us closer so you can see how we're like kind of battling right here. I think this is what we can watch for. And then maybe let's go to the 15 and kind of show you guys a little bit more of the pattern here. So you can see there how this is setting up. There's some resistance right around here where I'm looking to see if we eventually make it support. And right now we're actually even testing down towards the lower of the support line, which it could be down there towards 427s. So I'm looking if we break through that for the bearish move today, a move back above, let's say 429.19s could get us that kind of bullish action. So this is the way I see the market. We'll see what happens. Like always, take everything I say with a little grain of salt. We'll just see it. Trying to see if this candle can go red there for Tesla. There we go.
Here goes timber, busting through the 226, going higher here on timber. 255 would be the level it needs to reclaim. Timber, big volume here. Stopped at 240.
Quick pullback there in the SPY.
Come on down.
Q's pulling back, but now back above VWAP, so that could keep it stronger. If the Q's take off through the highs, I'll probably get squeezed out of that Tesla trade for sure. Q's is staying strong, man. Tech can't stop, won't stop, baby.
Yeah, that Netflix making a move higher definitely helps with that as it went ahead and crossed the 405 and just
Boom,
to the upside.
out. Took a little bit of a, like, what, let's see what we got there. $55 hit there on Tesla. It wicked through the 2240s. It's already back down, but it wicked through there and got out. Had the stop set already. Just got to battle, guys. Of course, I'm paying some of the fees there in the prop, so there's some of that is fees, but and wouldn't you know it,
Timber
goes
volume,
right back down, dude.
Timber
What?
volume is really, really strong right now. This thing continuing its push. Nice move here on timber. If you caught this from the 226 break, I definitely recommend peeling some as we might find some resistance at the VWAP. Nice job, chat. Looks like several of you are hitting timber.
Ooh, Tesla went right back down after that. That's one of those that I could have just gotten right. Just might have been a little earlier on it. So I might take another attempt on it. It's just the Qs, man. Qs
Market
holding
looks
this
like it
market.
wants to go lower here today, to me.
The SPY does, but the
Yeah.
Qs, look at the Qs. That's what the problem is. That's why I feel like we're getting held back a little bit.
Q's lower high though today.
I see that. You see that lower high on like the 5. Only thing is it's staying above VWAP, then staying like close to the resistance here. So you see this is a 15-minute prior day's action. It keeps holding around right here. So if it could break this level here, then maybe we could go lower, but it seems like it wants to go up. That's where it gets hard.
Tesla slightly below VWAP. Looking to claim it right back.
It's a tough day, guys.
Yeah, it is
That's
a
for
tough
sure.
day.
And when dealing with the data issues and stuff like that, you know what I'm doing? Hands off for right now. Just a little OJ time.
Let's see if I can reschedule this.
All right, guys, smash the like out there, team.
Timber moving higher here, 250 now on Timber. A little bit of size there. They're taking it.
Let us know how that experiment goes, Wisdom. There's Tesla right back below its 219s and washing there. So could have just got hit at the top. I'll show you guys that chart. So you can see here the trend line. It wicked through and got wicked out there on Tesla. But now it's starting to get weak there. We'll see what happens if the market comes down here. It's really just more dependent on the Qs, if the Qs are going to crack.
Yeah, they're looking to break VWAP.
Forza might be curling here. Well, no, it looks like that bounce might be done here. It looks like it's kind of got a double bottom on the 1 minute at about that 250 level, trying to bounce. We'll see if that picks up here. Timber a little bit more size at 245. Still looking around for something new here.
All right, guys, looking at potentially maybe an SQQQ trade. The Qs want to stay strong. They're going to VWAP. Now will they break down here?
Wisdom, looks like you took a hit because of the broker issues. Didn't fill one of your stop losses. Yikes. Sorry to hear that, my man. You guys only see 98 likes. Let's at least get above 100. Our goal is 200 every day, so could really use your help on the like game out there.
All right, long a little bit SQQQs here on the prop. I got 2162s, not 300 shares. I want to take about 200 more if I can. Just want to see what happens here with the Qs.
Docs. Haven't seen that in a minute.
Sal, I'm using. You're talking about the website. I think I'm using the app for Thinkorswim, and I have not seen. I saw when the SPY was not updating, but I haven't had any execution issues. Now, that being said, I'm not using the internet-based portal, so if that's what you're using, maybe it's a little bit different.
Excuse me.
Top pushing back towards the highs there.
All right, like that little push here. I'm looking for a little pullback towards my entry. My entry is towards 2162. See if I can get a little bit of an add here and start stepping up in the SQQQs. They're already pushing strong here, but I'm looking for pullback fills now. There's the Qs starting to break a little bit. The big thing for me is if the Qs could eventually go below like kind of like the opening price, right? Like let's just keep it simple.
My oh my, Tesla to the downside as we go ahead and break the 218.
Dude, don't.
What?
Fuck Tesla, bro.
Oh, were you long? Sorry, I wasn't.
No, I was short it. And on that last spike, that little spike that it did, the little wick trick, it freaking got me out.
Gotcha.
Oh man, those wicks can be tricks, team. It literally only on the wick action did it get me out, but that's how it goes, team. Could have got stop hunted too. That might have been it. But yeah, man, Tesla. Oh, look at that move to 216. I would have been up 3 points on 40 shares. It wouldn't have been that bad, right?
Yeah.
Sal said I re-entered short. Can't blame you, dude. Can't blame you.
Yeah, for me, if I'm going to look to re-enter short, I want to see a retest of 218s.
All right, sorry. I had to close my office door. Buddy is a huge pain this morning.
It's one of those days, baby. I know it. I know it, Ryan. I know it, bro.
Man.
Big pain. All right, there you go. Now the SQQQ's down to 2160s. I like this. I'm going to look to see what happens here in the Qs, but just kind of trying to be patient here. Qs are going to try to recover here. Let's see if it rejects the move through 355.87. That's what I'm looking at right now. Gives this a little move up. I'm being patient here. I'm trying at least not to add yet. But it's how it is, you know.
Timber.
Tesla's always like this. I hear you, Anonymous. And that's why I usually try to get into Tesla slowly. You guys saw me. I went at it at 10 shares a piece, tried to piece to it, and then get it. And I was just still a little early. The hard part on Tesla is choosing when does it actually make that full break and then not chasing that action, which is hard to do. I will say that. All right, Q's right back towards VWAP here. Now starting to catch a little bit of a lift here, so I'm just still being patient in my SQQQ trade.
Let's see.
All right, when's this candle going to close? This candle's going to close soon enough here. Looking at it to see what happens.
Forza big breakdown here again. SEV, really big mover here. Congrats to all of you playing SEV today. Back to its VWAP. Looks like it's trying to move back towards the highs here. I got the highs of 45 on SEV.
All right, taking my shot there, guys. Just added a little bit more. Now got 500 shares of the SQQQs. Average is 2161. Going to hold towards the 2150. So about 11-cent risk here. See if this can start moving. It's in the prop account.
SEV might break this high here. I'm not in this. This would have been a really good. This was a great call for the small account earlier when this was what, 30?
Are you still doing your book club, Mitch?
Yeah,
Yes.
man. I have over 550 members of it.
Nice. The reason I ask is because I just ordered this book and I thought of you. What did
I like to hear it, man.
What did I order? A Complete Guide to Volume Price Analysis. Quite a popular book, so it's not like I'm finding a gem
I've heard of that
here,
one.
if you will.
Nah, I've heard of that one for sure, man. That's a good one. You'll enjoy that one. All right, let's see what happens now, guys. Set myself up.
Amazon, while all the shenanigans are going on, Amazon, hi a day.
Q's
Yeah,
trying to
Amazon's
recover.
first move was lower too, Zunaid. You talk about shenanigans.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Went all the way to 123s
Yeah.
and now it's at 125.50. As the Q's above VWAP.
And then it looks strong, right? This is going to be that third attempt towards the resistance. Last candle, it didn't get there. There's a resistance there. You guys see the symmetrical triangle right now on my screen. I talk about these patterns all the time in the book club. Right now, the book we're reading, we're talking about these. We were also talking about the IWM move that you saw in the market. And it was crazy. That IWM move was literally to the chapter that we were talking about. If you guys want to check it out, I would definitely check out the book club. Throw up the link here for you guys. And I'm actually going to switch that probably to a weeknight because I've just been doing too much in baseball lately and way too much with family time. And you know how that goes. I got to always try to work the priorities the best they can be. But I'll tell you guys, it's probably going to turn into like a weeknight, either Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday nights, probably 7:30 to 8. So if you guys are looking for some nighttime content to keep pushing on your skills, well, this could be definitely a way to do so. Battle's on in the queues, baby.
Yeah, and the Boeing, the
Zoom PR about AI powered Zoom features and Zoom spiking, ticker ZM.
Ooh, ZM on
there it is.
AI. Oh, way too late, man. Come on. I need to be quicker than that.
Sorry, seeing it a little late, Mitch.
Nah, you're good, Ryan. Just messing
Man,
with
tough crowd, Mitch. Damn.
you. I wanted that. I saw this and I was like, damn, man, that would have been a nice one. Look at that jump. That ZM, man. Big move there. The candle book was awesome, man. We've been enjoying that. That's for sure.
That PR was from this morning.
What's interesting is it came right at
Sleeping,
64.93,
man.
which I think I've got drawn as support for some reason. Have to go back to the daily maybe and see why it was drawn there, but interesting.
All right, spot cues right back towards the VWAP. What's the SPY doing here? That would be interesting to take a look at. How's the SPY? Is it similar or is it towards the lower of the range? The low end of the range. That's interesting, right? And so you're seeing the cues battle the VWAP move, the SPY on the low end of the range. So SPY trying to reverse or just go weaker, and the cues are just battling that VWAP right now.
A couple of examples of support turning into resistance and resistance into support. 218 was resistance, popped up, held the support, broke down. Now it's acting as resistance. You got a dollar move to the downside. Take a look at Boeing. We talked about the 410 level being an area to keep in mind because you also had a level right there at 410 where it was a little resistance, popped up, held the support. Then when it finally broke, had a tough time getting back above it. Now we can go ahead and see that you've got support coming in intraday here at the 208.69 area, and you've got VWAP right around there. So it's actually not a bad spot. I'm going to start off with some small size because I do expect this. Oh man, I do expect this to come maybe back up to here. We'll add another 25, and then above near VWAP, we'll add another 25 as well. And then we'll have a stop loss underneath it. So just kind of slowly scaling into this one. Stop loss for me will be approximately at about 211 break or so. And it's also obviously so much weaker than the market itself, which is green, barely, but still nonetheless green. Is the book club recorded?
Yes, it's always recorded, and you only get access if you're part of the club. So it's an unlisted link that only the club gets access to. It's not even public. It's not even on YouTube. You can't even search for it. It's my way of being able to give back to you guys. It's something extra that I do here at Benzinga, just a little bit to try to give back to you guys, especially our loyal viewers.
That's awesome. That's kind of you.
That's what it's about. Because, one of the things is, especially those loyal viewers, one thing that I've learned is they want to learn. They do. And that's what
They're
I'm
in there for the long haul.
For.
Yeah,
they're all here for the processed approach. And I truly love being around traders like that and in a community like that. So that's
makes me better.
All right,
makes me better as a trader.
I added a little bit more, up to 600 shares now in the SQQQs, as I see this start to push off the bottom and the little wick action reversal. Now I'm going to look to see if the SQQQs can really take off. Now I got to really start managing, right? Because I got 600 shares, so getting bigger and bigger here in the SQQQs. So I could get a real breakdown of the market here. We'll be looking really nice. There's the cues cracking through the symmetrical triangle look. And you guys have been talking about this the whole time. Now let's see if it goes below and towards the support. So I'm looking to see if it can go towards that support line And if it can, I'll be looking a lot better. So that's something coming down here towards this and breaking that down on a 5-minute basis.
The weakest that I've got, I believe, is financials. Mueller.
When do you expect Square and PayPal to break out of this slump? Well, go Steve. I can't tell you what I expect because I can't, read the future. But what I can tell you is that I'm swing trading Square. I'm still in it.
Well, so yeah, here on the daily, so we had gone ahead and charted PayPal a while back. So here's the daily on it. And you can see that 68.46 is what we were kind of keeping an eye on. And when it finally broke, just straight downside movement, then it holds the 60s and it's coming back to test the 65s on it. So that's what I've got. I mean, it's making lows that it hasn't seen in quite some time. We've got a little bit of movement in lift, I believe. Let's take a look at that. As let's look and go ahead and break these previous session highs. Also intraday highs around this 967. Let's see, go back to, what was I short? Oh yeah, Boeing. And nothing really happening there at all.
All right, focusing in here, team. Trying to see what happens here to the SQQQs. Hands on, off on the sideline, guys. So stick around, team. I got something really cool to talk about in just a few minutes after 10:30, especially if we can finally see the market choose a direction. We can have a little fun time. I got a little video to show off in a little bit. I'll have a little fun. It's just a battle now, guys. The battle's on. So you guys see also trying to recover that symmetrical triangle. So you see you got to wick through, wick. Now trying to recover there back towards the upside of this. Let's see what happens. It really just needs to pick a directions, I feel like, technology overall, and then we might know where the stocks are moving. So I can expand this a little bit further. Just kind of show the tightening of this triangle.
Carvana looking to break 15s.
Watching CJET here, but this is probably moving a little too quickly on CJET. 836 highs earlier today. Wow. Forza trying again, but I don't trust it.
Yeah, trying to stay above the 250s there. Did it go to 2 and test? No, it's 240s.
All right, now we're back towards 2165, making a third resistance attempt here for the SQQQs. The rule of three says that at this point, since it's a bearish pattern here, what essentially the SQQQs are telling me is that if we could break this resistance one more time, we should break the bearish pattern and could test maybe the 2174s. Now, the rule of three says down 1, up 1, down 2, up 2, down 3, up 3. Now I can expect if this is going to break down to the bear side to come through that 2154. If it's going to come to the breakdown of this bearish pattern and turn bullish, to move above like 2170s towards 2174. So now I know both sides of the way that the market could work here on the pattern outlook. Now I'm just purely going off technicals and price action.
CJET bouncing here through the VWAP. See if CJET goes higher here. Took a little at 686, and that seems to have worked. There goes CJET a little bit more. I'm going to take this off for right now. All right, got a little bit of that money back on CJET. Nice little scalp there, right around the VWAP.
There you
Watch
go,
it
my
go
friend.
$6 now.
There you go, my friend. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, I basically got back what I lost on BVXV. So kind of back to even here. Green in the account, so we'll pick up from here. Now we are at that 1030, so let's see if we start getting some of those better moves here. CJET pulling back here. Man, that thing is wild. I think I'm lucky to get out of that with a gain, frankly. Back to 7 after that pullback.
Snap in, snap out. You got it, bro. All right, we'll see what happens here, guys. It seems like the battle is really on. I feel like we're going to get a result here in this battle of the market in the next, like, I would say 5 to 15 minutes. Of course, this is just my intuition. Reason why is I'm just looking at the patterns work here. And now it's either going to be a recovery of the Qs to the highs. That's what I'm looking at. Or it could break down right back down. How's the SPY looking? Are we back at the VWAP? No, I'm not looking at it right now. I'm just focusing on
I got it.
Qs.
I'll pull it up here. Sorry, Mitch.
You're good.
Yeah, SPY's right under the VWAP. It is trying to come back to the VWAP. I've got the VWAP at 428.35 on Thinkorswim. We're currently at 428.10. So,
all right, guys. In a second, if the Qs make a hard action to the downside, I might add again and go for the win. But I have to just be slow and patient here. Almost wait to react. At least that's what I'm trying to do versus trying to react and front run the move. Because if I front run the move too much, then it's just increasing risk. That's all I'm doing. You see the SPY come right back up, and there's a cluster of resistance. We talk about this on the book club right now, team. We talk about what's called cluster of resistance. This is exactly what a cluster of resistance is. So you can see how there's a what? On the 5 minute now, 3 resistance all in the same area. And that's very important to kind of note, because you know that if you get up above that or below that, especially on closing action, that should give us a little bit momentum towards that direction. We'll see what happens. Of course, like everything in trading, there's more like should have, could have, would have. So we'll see what happens with that, right? I'm actually just happy on the Moomoo account to just keep battling, man, on this account. Was able to get that first swing trade close and not trying to push too much today, trying to work 3 day trades back, give myself the ability to really day trade with this account, and then I can worry about it for another day.
yeah, that's where I'm at now, but I just haven't felt good enough. I was pleased to see Moomoo not really struggling with any of the technical issues today, but struggling to find something I feel good trading about in there. For a small account day trade. We'll see.
Slightly adjusting to try to get 3 points on the touch here. So you can see 3 points on the touch to the upside, 3 points on the touch to the downside here. So then just looking to see what happens. Do we get a recovery here or a breakdown? If it break out here on the Qs, let's say going to 356, you might get that part where it really kind of breaks towards the upside.
All right, I'm short now 100 shares at, what is it, 209.80s on Boeing, 209.80s on Boeing, short 100 shares. Stop loss for me will be 210.55, looking to take gains at approximately 209. So about a 1-to-1 trade. We kind of skilled into this one with the last fill being right near VWAP. So currently at break even, we'll see how this trade plays out itself. Taking a look at the SPY, like y'all have been mentioning, under VWAP there. The Q's a little bit stronger, but still no real movement in terms of previous highs. CXAI, let's take a look at that. Oh, nice little move there. Where's $10?
Yeah,
Man,
I
that
remember I
$10
was
is
looking
beautiful.
for it earlier. It just couldn't trade it.
The CXAI?
Yeah, at least for the prop. I liked it
Gotcha.
earlier. I called it. I had an alert set there for a little bit of a dip through.
And
I'll
there's
take a peek.
Boeing.
I didn't get
money-
back to the levels that I liked. I'll just be honest. It should have got. I would have looked for like a 1035 or 1025 pullback. That thing was just a rocket.
Gotcha. Boeing in the money by about 30 cents or so. We'll see if it continues for a $1 move to the downside. As you do have the 218s reclaimed on Tesla.
Oh, right back, right? The Q's coming right back right now, trying to make this break to the upside. I'm just looking on the 5 minute. If it closes up here, yeah, we're gonna have to get out. I'm getting that wick test right now on the SQQQs off my support. So I'm going to give it a test for the wick, but could get another hit here on the SQQQs. There's the Qs going towards the 356. This is the level that I could see for the breakout continuation, also rejection, giving it that 1 second here, especially on a 5-minute close.
JMIA to the highs here. 339. That's Jumia. AGen at the highs. CXAI flagging up here.
Big wick put in on the Qs. Trying to see if the Qs reload here and come back up and push. That's one thing that we need to keep an eye out for. Really kind of in between kind of day. Not much action at all, really. And it's been a lot because why? Because we're waiting around for this move here.
SEV back towards the highs. Thing's wild.
Tough day right now, man. I got to say, this is one of those days where I even say, man, tough day so far. Look at that 5-minute here on the Qs. Look at this huge wick. And look where the body's in. Right back into the symmetrical triangle. So it's almost like that action almost never happened. That's the way I view it. Now we need to see if it reloads on the VWAP and just puts a big bar to the upside. This is about to close in just a couple seconds here.
Lynn and Randy, nice to see you. Hopefully your AI and Tesla ATMs are paying today. Hopefully you're doing well.
How we doing,
Happy
Lynn?
Monday.
It's good to see you out there.
Smash those likes up if you have it for us, please.
All right, going to look to see if the SQQQs can get through 2165s. That's the rule of 3 coming back to break out through this. If it goes through 65s, I'll look for any pullbacks towards that level, towards to get one more add even. I'm trying to take a shot here, team. That's for sure. The key is always staying towards the risk to return, right? Now I'm starting to get a little lift there. Q's trying to recover VWAP here. Let's see if it rejects VWAP. 355.50 rejection right there. Now I want to see hard downside action. I'm going to look for the move. Let's see what happens. $21.61 showing up here for the SQQQs. We're right back towards my price. Now I can just watch the Qs to see if we can break through the lower side of it. There's 334, 332s, looking better here. There's a big reason why I also like my TC 2000 charting, because a little bit today I feel a little lost. I do a lot better when I have that one, and that's why it just shows me that I feel like I need that type of tool. I've been using Moo here to try to tell me what's strong, but that's where it's helping me right now. And it's always that, like, you know, it's always about learning how to best use platforms, right? Because we get used to something. That's why when you're new, learn the features, learn what works. Look at the Q's battle here, man. It's a freaking battle of life right here at the VWAP. The machines are battling. It's not even the humans. It's the machines. The machines are just taking it down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And what are they doing? They're making pennies in between us right now and then getting ready for the load up. It's a game right now, team.
Let's see. How much is, where's this at?
Q's right back towards the top end of this. They could push through and give a kind of a bullish engulfing candle if it could close up here. especially close towards 356. It'll look bullish on the Qs. And I got to be able to admit that, right? Even though I'm going against it. It's very important. And the sun today, I didn't close my blinds. It is beaming today.
Oh, it was beaming this weekend while I was on the course.
Yeah, I'm sure, dude. The battle is on here, team.
Where is Tesla?
More wicking action, man.
All right, I'm gonna go get ready for all access, and we will see y'all in a bit, and then we'll see you tomorrow for trading. I'll be back shortly.
All right, that starts up at 11. We'll be with you till then, team. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. We got a lot more trading to do, and especially if the Qs can finally make a direction here.
I'm here with you, Mitch. You just got to watch my cat from trying to kill my bird.
No worries.
By the way, Forza trying to come off the bottom here. Now, we've seen this a couple of times here today, and it's just hasn't worked. So be careful if you end up taking this. All of these bounces have been met with pulls, so just be careful. Look, we're past the 1030 here. It's trying to bounce, but we shall see. Crow saying Forza looking nice. Just be careful with it.
All right, switching to more of a 15-minute outlook at this point in time in the market. Why? Because the truth is you get to a point where the 15-minute makes more sense. Now, 15-minute is trying to break out, but it can't right now. It's just on the battle. So I think that that's what we need to kind of keep an eye out for. And also the same thing, right? Same thing for me on the SQQQs. Why am I looking at the 1 now? Should be looking at the 15 and watching that action.
CXAI near the highs here, flagging near the highs. FRZA above 250 now.
There's a move there for the Qs to the upside, pulling in that bullish engulfing candle. Now the only question is, does it close up here and makes the next candle go to the intraday high? That would be that kind of bullish breakout back towards the upside. So I'm looking at it right now. It does look like it's trying to make that move. Just keep an eye out to see what happens here. And show you guys that right there. Look at that bullish engulfing candle. We talk about these patterns, of course, all the time. Now let's see what happens if it breaks to the upside or not.
Forza trying to move higher here. Not in it, by the way, not in it.
There's that move. Looks like it's trying to make it. You see how it closed above there and opened the candle above that trend line? That is not a good look for me on the SQQQs. Good look for anyone that's kind of bullish, those tech names, as we're starting to see the SQQQs pulling back here. I'm really close to getting stopped out. I'll let you guys know if I do. And the Qs look like they're trying to push to the upside here.
You know, the it hasn't broke the day high yet on the market. So we'll see if it gets another pullback when we get up towards there, but it is curling here, looking like it's trying to move higher.
Yeah, the Qs are pushing, man. That's where I feel like the SPY will play a little catch up if this does make that move. We're right back to the highs here. About a penny or two away from getting stopped out here in SQQQ. Looking to see if we reverse off the bottom, but that's the only thing that I can kind of go off of now. There's the Qs looking like they want to break into day highs. Is a wick. Going to give it a chance to see if I get a recovery. If not, just taking a decent size hit here on the SQQQs for the prop account. Been trying to bounce back since my mistake on Friday. But like always, it's not going to come back in one hit. Got to try to piece it back and stay in the battle.
Forza coming on here. This nice little bounce off here. Now, I didn't trust it. I didn't take it, but definitely watching this here on Forza. I got VWAP at about 281.
Someone said Netflix is unstoppable today. There you
Come here,
go.
buddy. Why are you so screamy this morning? What are you doing? Four's a nice move off the bottom here. I'd actually take this if I was in it. Strategy wise, nice 15-cent move here, or at least part of it.
Mike, see that Q's just take off here. They're trying to reload at the high of the day, or the old high of the day.
Look at AI. Lynn and Randy, no wonder you guys were on this one if you're still here.
It's pushing strong today.
Sure is.
There you go.
It's really kind of coming off this $30 level, Mitch. To me, it looks like there was some consolidation around 34.50 to 35, which it's trying to push to here today, but we'll see if it ends up recovering. This is a pretty big pullback. We were as high as 44, pulled all the way back down to 30. Let's see where we can bounce from. This 30-10 level has been an important level. Crow, I think you're talking about Forza, right? You're talking about that 240 bounce. That's what I was watching. Let's see if this is what you were referring to. Right.
Remember,
here.
this is the big week, right? We'll be paying attention to see what happens, but big week to watch. We'll see if the markets can stay pushing strong. Joy said, not feeling it today. Had a small loss in CJET. Good luck, everybody. Crow, hope you get a piece of SEV and another good call. Hey, Joyce, it's okay. And I love that you're recognizing that you're feeling it, that you're not feeling it. I mean, and I think this is more important than even like having a big day today. Recognition, awareness to our feelings, our emotions, and how we're seeing the day is so important. This is going to help us what? Hit the brake pedal, hit the gas pedal when we want to, right? We need to do either or of those and always be thinking about our account first. All right, there's a nice little pullback for the Qs. At least I'm back above the 2148. So just sticking to this, can actually just set a stop limit so I can stop paying attention to this trade and just let the trade work itself out. Either it's going to stop me out or turn back around and get to the upside. So we'll see what happens there on the SQQQs. All right, team, I do want to kind of show you guys something, and it's about 10:50 here. So I think we'll take a little moment here in a second
Mitch,
to give a little bit of something else, right? Of course, you guys know that I've been trying to do a little bit of my, what I call the comeback tour, right? The comeback tour, of course. I played baseball for like 20 odd years, and then I stopped playing it because, you know, going to college, got a wife, got things to do, been building Benzinga, right? But I've been getting back into it. Got into a lot of good shape beforehand. Showed you guys me jumping and stuff. Said I was going to hit a bomb. You know, that's what I was here for. Hey, well, here you guys have an actual video of me hitting a bomb. Let's go.
I was gonna say, Mitch, I love the way that you get the front plant leg down early, and then you just throw your hands at the baseball. That
was a little
contact.
bit. It was a little bit of an inside pitch. I'm normally not a one-handed release kind of guy, but on this pitch, I had to like bring the hands in a little bit. So I got the hands in, and as soon as I got it, I extended that hand to kind of keep it fair. The only thing that kept it fair was also I was looking more at home plate when the ball was like kind of released. So the ball didn't arc in the left field. Nice little first at bat bomb. Hey, I'll take it. Let's go. Second bomb of the year. Now time to keep it going. Let's go, baby. Oh, also, just to say in this, if you guys out there have any, young kids that are looking to try to learn how to swing or looking to understand baseball better, that's what I'm all about too. That's one of my side hustles that I've been doing a little bit more of, is trying to teach little kids how to hit bombs like that, right? Because I'm not the biggest guy. I weigh like 157. You know what I mean? And so I want to teach little kids to also be able to hit bombs. It's just a matter of learning how to swing correctly. That's what I'll say.
Right.
Just like trading correctly is, right? We got to learn from the best and then see what happens.
FRZA continuing to try and push higher here after that first initial pullback. This is definitely one to watch for the rest of the day. We saw this early. We were on this early. It broke down right out of the open, but we're coming back up off this 240. Really nice level here. Forza still has some strength. Volume looking good here. Remember, VWAP here at about 281. So we'll see if we can get it back up there. Let's see if we can get 3+ here on Forza.
Stopped out there in the SQQQs, lost about 145 on that trade, so pushed it a little bit. But hey, that's how it goes. It's trying to recover now. Could have got wicked and stop hunted, but hey, it is what it is. I'm out of that, out of the prop account today. Took another hit, down now after being up close 400, now down about 500. So just got to battle 2 or 3 good days, and I'll be right back into it. So that's what it's all about, team. Finding ways to get through the ups and the downs is what trading's all about, team. But good trade today in the Moo account, and moving forward, nothing opened right now. So I'll take this gain, right? Can't be mad about it. Up about 17% now on the account, and the S&P only up about 5.5. So that's kind of how you want to compare yourself as a trader. Compare yourself to the S&P 500. You're trading better than that? Well, guess what? In my eyes, you're a decent investor. So just keep battling. If you can beat the S&P 500 every year, you're not doing too bad.
By the way, Saad got a question right here. Ryan, what do you think of some traders only trading SPY or QQQ and focusing on only a few stocks rather than news trading and broad market trading? So this is a really good question, Saad. The way I'd answer this is I'd say, if it works for you, keep doing it. I know plenty of traders that I follow on Twitter where all they do is trade the SPY predominantly, or maybe the SPY and Tesla, or maybe the SPY and the Qs like you had mentioned. And it works for them. So if you find something that's repeatable and it works for you, there's nothing wrong with that. I try to find different. So I am always trying to find different stocks because that's just what's worked for me. When I find something like, for example, SOXS, that has been one of the ETFs that has really worked well for me. I've made several successful trades on both sides of that using SOXS and SOXL. So that works for me. I go back to it. I would say if you find a way to be profitable every day with 1 or 2 stocks, nothing wrong there. Just be open to reassessing if things don't work for you. I don't think that this is necessarily a problem.
I agree there, definitely. So we're going to go ahead and start to wrap up here in just a second here. I did want to mention a new kind of promotion, right? We've already talked about it. Do want to go ahead and let you guys know a little bit more before I get out of here. Moo, get up to 16 free stocks now. You get those 5 free stocks. You see that cash reward. Look at that 1 free share of Tesla or Google if you deposit 5,000. Check this out, of course, on Moo. We'll throw up the link one more time here for you guys and start to head out. We'll start to wrap up. It wasn't the best day for me in the prop account, but in Moo, we keep moving forward. The small account challenge, baby. I'm doing pretty good in that aspect. First place. Where you guys at, man? I'm waiting for you, Zunaid. I'm waiting for you. You're on the mute button, bro.
Zunaid is on that mute
train. Man. Come on, baby.
Hey, look, when I was getting ready for all access, I didn't want to interrupt, but listen. I got the bronze medal. I'm okay with it, even if it's just the 3 of us competing. I'll still take it.
Hey, bronze ain't too bad, baby. Bronze ain't too bad.
There you go.
All right,
we can switch things over.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. We'll pull down the screens. We'll wrap up out of here, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Stick around for all access. That's coming up next where you guys get the story. Ryan, any last comments for the day?
Yeah, I'm going to be watching Forza here for a later day run and potential mover in the afternoon, as well as watching the SPY. We did set a new high here on the NASDAQ, but let's see if we keep pushing or if we come back in. We'll catch you tomorrow.
All right, Ryan's getting out of here. I'm gonna bring Zunaid on in a second, and you guys take over. It's time for all access.
All right. Appreciate you, pal, and best of luck to you. We love all access for many reasons. And the main one being the fact that we can go ahead and talk to the executives themselves and have your questions answered in the chat as well. And today we've got a great one. We're going to talk about some helium as we've got Robert Price, who is the CEO of Total Helium. All access starts right now. Robert, how's it going? Good morning to you.
Zunaid, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm happy to be here.
It should be a great conversation. Helium, I know a little bit about it, mainly when it comes to balloons, right? I feel like that's what a lot of our viewers might be familiar with. So if you could break it down to me like I'm five, what is it that your company does?
Well, Zunaid, I just want to first of all say I love the energy of your show.
Thank you.
Love the energy of Moo too. I mean, the back and forth is it. I don't need a cup of coffee today after hearing you guys. I love it.
I appreciate that. We do what we can.
Yeah. Well, Zunaid, I'm very fortunate to be working with a lot of highly respected and talented individuals. Many among us have built companies in the past in mining, manufacturing, real estate, healthcare, and oil and gas. About 3 years ago, I founded Total Helium with a personal $2 million investment with a pretty simple investment thesis. And that was to acquire one of the rarest elements on Earth. Now, it's very abundant throughout the galaxy and universe, but on Earth, it's very rare. But that was the simple thesis. So we raised additional money to acquire assets. One of our partners who invested alongside us is Linde. Linde is the largest industrial gas company in the world with a $170 billion market cap. So that's how we got started. And you might ask yourself the question, why helium and why today? Zunaid, the demand for helium is only increasing and the world is running out of helium. Helium is used in semiconductor manufacturing, the space program. It was interesting that Elon Musk, during one of the SpaceX launches, I think it was called Starship, the one that exploded, he tweeted out that part of the failure was due to a helium tank not being hooked up properly. Helium tanks, what they do in the launches, they separate the hot gases from the cold gases. But that was one of the reasons. So helium's used in launches. The cooling of helium is truly extraordinary. And so cooling for MRI machines and nuclear power plants and even quantum computing. So Zunaid, much of our team has come out of the oil and gas industry. So they have all the talent to be able to find and produce helium. And I just want to give you a little bit of perspective.
Please.
Natural gas, what we burn in our fireplaces and in our stoves, sells for $1 or $3 per MCF. Again, natural gas per 1 MCF is $3. Mm-hmm. Helium, for the same amount, 1 MCF sells for over $500 an MCF. So again, the investment thesis was pretty clear for me. What we do is we look for a very rare resource, acquire it inexpensively, sell for a very high price, and keep our costs down. So that's pretty much why we're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, the profit margins there seem incredible, and we'll get to the margins here in a second. But I believe you also have something where you kind of had mentioned in the past where North American market desperately needs it, talking about helium here. why are we so short on it, do you think? Like, is it because of an event that happened? Does it have anything to do with COVID, or, and more so importantly, how is it currently sourced?
Yeah, a lot of scholars they write about the helium markets, Zunaid, and some say we're in helium shortage 1.1, we're in helium
Right.
shortage 2.0, 3.0. Now we're at 4.0. But just to give you, and let me just ask you, Zunaid, how much time do we have? I don't want, I can go into such detail.
I mean, let's talk for another 10 minutes. I'm good if you are.
10 minutes, okay.
Yeah.
So the United States government, they noticed during the World War I, the special properties of helium. And so they established a helium storage facility in Amarillo, Texas. And much of the world's supply of helium has come from there. Since then, this very large natural gas field that only has 0.5% helium has been depleted over the years. So the US government, they got out of the business. And so these industrial gas companies, they've been looking for other supplies of helium. And those supplies are coming from either Qatar or from Russia. Russia's not online yet, but just imagine for a second, if you are a semiconductor manufacturer, and with the Congress and the president signed the CHIPS Act, which put about $50 billion as incentives for these onshoring of semiconductor manufacturers, and you go to these industrial gas companies and say, I need helium to make these chips. I mean, the list goes on and on, from Intel, Texas Instruments, Taiwan Chip Company, Arizona, Texas, Ohio, building these plants, say, I need helium. Well, if your response is, don't worry about it, I'll get it from Russia, or I'll get it from Qatar, the answer is no way. And that's why we have been able to get investment from Linde and others to get a reliable, on-demand supply in North America.
Gotcha. And I appreciate the insights on that, especially with the involvement of other countries, helping produce that at the supply demand. You also had a joint venture acquisition that you had for your Arizona project. Is that the company that you had just mentioned, or is there something else you have going on in the pipeline as well?
No, that's an asset that we recently acquired.
Right.
It's in Arizona. It truly has world-class helium concentration. So I mentioned the Hugoton Basin. Much of the world's supply has come from there. That gas stream only has 0.5% helium. Here in Arizona, in our field, we have 5 to 8% helium. Some people refer to it as the Saudi Arabia of helium because of its concentrations.
Yeah.
And I just mentioned there's only 2 public companies that I know of that are producing helium. One of them is ExxonMobil, and the other is Total Helium. And so just to share a little bit of our assets, we have 15 wells, 7 which are drilled, completed, and hooked into the processing facility. We have another 8 wells that have been drilled, waiting on completion, and being hooked into the pipeline. We have an ongoing drilling program to drill at least 3 wells a month between now and the end of the year.
Gotcha. Now, we talked about margins early on, right? You mentioned, comparison of $3 versus $500 comparison in terms of nat gas there. Are you able to, if the demand continues to increase, especially with AI and AI chips and everything else, and you mentioned, the space launches and things like that, the world is only going to get more progressive in the advances of technology.
Yep.
Are you set up to be able to meet those demands? And if so, what are you kind of doing to make sure that, hey, these wells that you just mentioned, you continue getting more output from them, or having more wells come join the company, if that makes sense?
Well, so we're a small player in a very big market,
right?
But the numbers are very robust. For every 10 wells that we drill, Zunaid, we generate between $4 and $5 million a year. By the end of this year, we'll have 30 wells, so that's between $12 and $15 million per year. And that's 30 wells. So to answer your question, we have 300 drill sites that will continue to drill.
Wow. Okay.
And so with these economics, I'll mention in building other companies in the past, and some of my partners that have built some pretty sizable companies, we're doing this company to be very impactful. So not only do we have the base case on our economics that I just mentioned,
Yeah.
and we have all the possibility to drill additional wells, but we're high grading locations. If we hit one of these sand channels, it'll be a 10x on the economics. The deeper formations would be another 10x on the economics on a per well basis. By the end of the year, we'll be constructing our own helium plant, which will reduce our costs. And then I mentioned at the beginning, $500 an MCF.
Yep.
We have been very prudent to manage our cash flow, so we hedge some of our production at $500 an MCF. The current spot price is $1,000 an MCF. So again, our base case economics are done on $500 an MCF, and that's a minimal amount of wells without the additional upside. So as we move forward, we will be we'll be taking advantage of some of the upside in the spot markets as well.
Gotcha. And I appreciate that. Last question for you here. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, but you had a Pinta South project itself. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. How are those operations progressing there?
Yeah, that's a project I just shared with you. It's in Arizona, Pinta South. We, again, 15 wells that have been drilled, 7 that are hooked into the helium processing plant. And again, these wells are $220,000 per well to drill. We have a 50% interest in it. So for every 10 wells is $1.1 million of our expenditure. And again, I just shared what the returns are on 10 wells, $4 to $5 million a year. And again, very scalable.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure if that was a project or if there was anything else in the pipeline. Speaking of which, though, the floor is kind of yours. We covered a lot today, but are there any other topics that you want to discuss? Anything insight-wise you want to provide for our viewers? The floor is yours.
Well, I appreciate that. It's been a journey for 3 years as I funded the company originally myself, and it was during COVID. And so we have slowly been building these assets, and we didn't share much of the story with people early on because we wanted to build the assets. And now we are in the phase where I'm excited to be able to share what we're doing. And the fact that you gave me a forum to share our story, I'm appreciative. Thank you.
Well, hey, I appreciate you for taking the time to hop on, and I look forward to many more conversations as the company progresses and as we get more helium insights as well. Thank you so much, Robert, for joining us today.
Thank you, Zunaid. Have a good day.
All right. Absolutely. You too. Take care. And we appreciate you, chat, for joining us for All Access. It's always great when we can have these conversations with executives, and we appreciate you hanging out with us as well. It's cool, to kind of talk about these topics, especially because I didn't know helium was something that was used for, say, microchips, and also the Tesla comment about the space launch that we were mentioning earlier on the show as well. So it just goes to show it's kind of like the thing behind the thing. There's so many different applicable things, but as always, make sure you do your due diligence to see if it's worth putting your hard-earned money into it. But for now, we appreciate you for joining All Access. See you next time.